Grank Reapers underground. We hope you survive.
Yes, my demons. Happy fucking New Year from us to you. So it's been a minute, and my guest for this evening, Jay Horton, could not make it because of prior engagements again. So I said, it's been too long. It's time. It's time to come back from the dead, as it were, to bring you guys the best in underground entertainment. And my brother, Mortimer Deadfellow, has risen from his crypt as well to kind of talk with you guys about all the exciting stuff that we're doing here at Black Flame Entertainment. And of course, the show's coming up this week and some of the things that you can expect this year. But before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at, oh my goodness, Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Check them out right now. Hotter than hell. That's right. If you did not get your Xmas drop of Horror Struck Hot Sauce, now is the time. He still has a bunch of great deals, even for the new year, new flavors. So if you want to, wet your whistle in a very hot kind of way, make sure you get on over there to horrorstruckhotsauce.com and get you some. All right. So welcome everyone that is watching. Happy to see you all. What's up, Lizzie? Don't be afraid. This is the time to share this out anywhere and everywhere that there is an underground lover. All right. So, Mortimer, what have you been up to since we took a short little break? What's up, Morgan? Good to see you, brother.
We had a frosty little chill happen for the crypt. And basically have to bundle up, throw some good arms and legs on, logs on the fire, keep us warm.
What's up, Bex?
That whole undead thing, you just don't want to get too cold because then parts start falling off and then you got to duct tape them back on. And it's really
you lose an arm here, a leg there, it's all bad. I encountered some of this frosty treat this past weekend in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for the Villain Arts Tattoo Convention, and it was a scream, baby. Yeah. That's right. Had a very good time. I was hanging out with my good friend Robert Mukes from House of a Thousand Corpses. He was my booth neighbor, and we had a hell of a good time. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I got a picture of him somewhere. There he is. Just kind of hanging out, talking to the peoples. Every time I see him, it's like, unholy shitballs. You're fucking tall as shit. I'm used to looking down at folks, and then, I'm sitting there talking to him. Whole time I'm just looking up.
But it'll give you Jack and the Beanstalk feeling really quick.
Oh man, big time.
Yeah.
But the snow was coming down hardcore Saturday night. I think we got like 3 inches, maybe 4. So the drive back to the hotel was quite the
Adventure.
feat. That's for sure.
Ah,
But just a little bit of behind the scenes there. All the new demons made. I just had to get a picture of this guy. I mean, that was probably the coolest little cosplay I've seen. No one's ever done Ghostface quite in that manner.
I
But
could agree.
unfortunately, my face got extremely pissed off after Friday night, and I ended up having to do the rest of the weekend without the makeup. But I got the good white now that does not react with my face the way the liquid does. So if anybody out there, dabbles, in being a horror character, be careful of which cosmetics you use because the liquid Mayron is just a big no. At least for me. But Brother Mortimer over here got a chance to go play a couple of characters and help out on an epic film. Why don't we tell everybody about that?
Oh, yes. I got the privilege to actually play a pastor in the amazing
Right?
new film that's coming, Beware the Devil's Wrath,
Yes.
by Craig Meinhardt. And I want to tell every one of the addicts right now, you're going to love this film. It is crazy. It is beautifully shot. And he has
Great locations from what I understand.
amazing locations, amazing cast. It
Mhm.
was a pure delight to be in it in any way. And honestly, I got to say, I cannot wait to see it. I am extremely excited, and it's a story with twists and turns in all the right directions.
Can you give us just like a little bit of background on that?
Well, I would
Without
say
giving
it's
too
more or
much away.
less where somebody lives life in a certain way and then does something in their past that it wasn't good and got covered up and is starting to get
Ah,
uncovered by
sounds like the Catholic Church.
well on the other end of that spectrum.
Right.
More.
The
But
true cult.
but that's the thing exactly is it's like questions and deeds have to be answered for one way or another. And
Oh,
it all
yeah.
comes to head, and then it's going to be a ride. And the way that he's lit the film, the way that he shot the film is amazing.
Oh, I
Literally
know for a
amazing.
fact. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm in it, but I'm not, you know, it's like I'm not the be all end all of the story, which I enjoy.
Right.
Less pressure for the old dead fellow here. But I was able to, and he felt to bring something to the story and represent this character, Pastor Brown, properly, the way he
Mhm.
needed to be for the story. And for me, the little bits, because I wanted to play the character correct.
Hi,
So I
Brother
made sure I did
Cody.
not read the full script.
Mhm.
I had access to it, but I wanted to play the part real. So I didn't. So I'm just as excited as everybody else is, if not more.
Oh, absolutely, man.
And every tidbits that he show, and it's like on Facebook, and you can, or Instagram, everything, you can find it under Beware the Devil's Wrath. And you can see behind the scenes footage, you can all kinds of stuff. So everybody
Absolutely.
can stay up to date with the film and its release and everything like that.
So, yes, let's make sure everybody out there in Black Flame Land that you get over to the Devil's Wrath. I'm sorry, Beware the Devil's Wrath
Yes.
on Facebook, because I want to make sure I get that right so that you know exactly where to go and you can see some really cool behind the scenes stuff and with Brother Mortimer there. And I think every actor's process is a little different. Some read the entire script because they want to know the story, and then they
Yeah,
can
the
really get a
full
better
scope
feel,
of everything. Yeah.
better feel of where their character fits into that story. But your process is not much different than mine, man. I can pretty much get the gist of some of the films that I work on, just from the descriptions from the director, because they're always so articulate when it comes to that, and you
Right,
always
right,
know
right.
or get a good feel for what it's about. So I could just concentrate on my character. And
Which is good. That says more about a really good director as well, too.
oh yeah,
Because he's giving you all that you need to do what you need to do, and then he's leaving it like James Carnes. Got to give it to him
yes,
on that. Our brother James for Killer
yes.
Cox. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the coop.
Can't wait for that to come out this year. Oh my goodness, everybody is gonna get chicken crazy.
Wait till you see the size of this cock.
Right.
Sorry. Sorry. But it's same as like that, as same as Craig did as well, as letting you understand what this character's motivation is, why, what they're feeling at the time. But then let you as an actor add your bit to the character and help bring them to life through your performance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I love that. The same thing as working with Reaper here. For me, it's a natural process with us.
Absolutely. And it only makes us better when we listen to the direction. When the directors are very forthright and say, well, let's try it this way. We're trying to convey this or convey that, instead of just going into it cold. And I mean, I'm sure you just nailed it no matter what, but all of the directors that we have worked with this past year have just been fucking on fire, man. Which is so funny, talking about Killer Cox. Ran into somebody who was on set the day that we got to film together. That little guy.
Ah.
Yep. He was there the morning that we shot in the park. So he's like, damn, it's a small world. He was like, yeah, I fuck with these Texans on this film. What the hell is it called? Killer Cox. And I looked at him, my fucking jaw dropped. I'm like, dude, what day were you there? Because I was there.
I was there.
He's like, those fucking Texans. And I'm sitting here going, those are my brothers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't mean it in a negative way.
Oh,
I
no.
I just thought it was funny the way he said it. Like,
oh yeah, no, but that's a proper way to say it. He bucks with those Texans. Oh yeah, no, and you were there. Yeah, it was a great time.
I was like, yeah, I remember you now. You were one of the people in the background, because I believe he was basically an extra, but it took us a while to get set up and all that stuff. And
well, the park was crazy.
He's a tattoo artist too.
Everybody wanted to see what we were doing, but I do believe
we were superstars that day.
Oh yeah, but it helped. It helped a lot. Yeah, God, people kept coming by. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, making an amazing horror comedy in Waco. Get the word out, man. Wait till you see the size of these cocks. I'm telling you.
Oh, everybody needs a big pecker in their life.
Exactly. Well, it is okay. I want to give fair advice. Don't eat chicken around big pecker.
Nah, not unless you want to get killed.
Yeah.
But, you'll get to see both of us battling it out with Big Pecker pretty soon.
Some better than others.
That's right. A couple more things coming up. Shoot, I got so many films coming out this year.
Yes.
People are finally going to be able to see Grind.
Cannot wait.
In which I play the 9-foot demon.
Yeah. Well, that's typecasting. But I agree with it.
Right. But I call the suit Big Ugly. I'm sure everybody remembers that.
Glorious.
That was a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, they just finished all the last scenes today on the film. So
nice.
I know for a
Congrats
fact.
To the grind. Yes.
Absolutely. That'll definitely be coming out later this year. Episode 2 for the Red Huntress series.
Yes.
That's going to be coming up too. And we're going to be filming episode 3 not too long from now. Yeah. So things are really starting to roll.
Exactly.
I heard some really good info from the director, Keith Groyan.
Another badass.
the show is going to be able to be seen on another platform. So when that info comes out, we will definitely let you know. I know I'm hella excited. Everyone's kind of. I talk to so many actors, actresses, and they're like, "Oh, it's on Prime Video, woo woo!" And I'm like, Prime is like not my favorite one for films, and that's because I feel like they're missing the boat on indie film.
True.
Now, something like Tubi, like if I was to ever make it on Tubi, that would just be, I don't know, the fucking bee's knees for me. So many great independent horror films, TV shows, end up there. And so definitely fingers are crossed for us.
Yes, very much so. But see, and that's the thing too with Red Huntress and things like that. And like you said, the different actors and directors and people we've gotten to work with within the last year alone.
Oh, it's been an unholy blessing. That's
exactly. But we're seeing people that go, oh, they get it. They get what this is supposed to be. This is going to be fun. That's a cool idea. You're thinking outside the box. You're taking what the masters taught us, grabbing that ball, running with it, doing the touch and spike and dancing your ass off, doing
the happy dance. Shit. Doing the happy dance.
Exactly. But it's people that it's like the work, that Keith put into making Red Huntress become a thing. Okay. Even just to become a thing to begin with, to be able to cast people in.
Just out of the blue, out of nowhere.
Same thing as Craig. Same thing as James. Same things as Johnny. Johnny Logan Harley.
Absolutely.
Creator with Curse of the Ghost Rider.
Yep. I'm going to be working on my scenes. I tried a few last week, but there were some camera issues. So I think we got a better understanding of how to make it work because it's really, really cool scene.
Oh, I know it is. And I'm sure it is, man. I am sure it is. And that's another film that y'all get to a delight in having both of us in it.
Absolutely. Metal fucking Earth, man. Yeah. Let's talk about that one for a second. Who out there in the Black Flame universe didn't see that sick video that Looney put out on New Year's Eve? That shit was beyond epic.
Hey,
I could not stop yamming to that thing as soon as I seen it. It had all the elements. It had dancing demons, dancing devils. It had this devil.
It had dancing us.
That's right, dancing us. I mean, shit. Sydney was in there too.
You can't get over.
There's just no limits to that, to his ability to do these things. Oh yeah, I agree. Lizzie says that was wild. Oh, it was so fucking wild, but it was wild in the perfect of ways. When, especially in Satanism, when we think about in the great indulgence of life, that video was it.
On that note too, it's like I had told Looney, he reminds me of Liquid Television.
Oh yeah,
in the best possible ways. It's
I miss that.
Exactly. I mean, it was animation and skits and stuff beyond what most channels had the balls to do.
In some ways, it took you out of your comfort zone.
It was great. Yeah, it was great. It was something you wouldn't think of and caught you off guard. And with Metal Earth, I think people are going to I think they're going to laugh their ass off. I think they're going to like the action. Funny.
With the type of cast,
exactly. It's such a wide,
so many
and talented cast,
creatives. Yeah,
exactly.
All in one cast. Ooh, this thing is going to be so crazy. I mean, the idea of robotic, animals, the cute little fuzzies that everybody loves, battling the evil forces of the bug robotic army.
No, hold on.
It's going to be a grudge match for the fucking ages, man.
I disagree. I do not think the bugs are evil at all. I think they are serving their duty.
Right.
It's all for the hive.
That's right. Got to have some self-preservation up in there.
Well, not mine. I don't care. I've got upgrade parts.
Ah,
So,
exactly.
but yes. So we're technically against each other, but
Technically. But,
only for those characters.
yes,
So
just for
many
those
more will
characters.
come.
So if you haven't gotten a chance to see that, go over to Metal Earth over on Facebook or follow Looney. And you
Mhm.
can definitely check that out. You can check out all of the upcoming little teasers here and there that he's going to be doing
Mhm.
because he's constantly posting, new awesome photos and cast announcements and all that stuff. Yep.
Yeah,
Don't forget the roses. That
there you
was
go.
epic. So, man, what else is going on this year? There's so much. I just got cast in a couple of back-to-back films. One
Nice.
called the shoot. I put it up on my page. You see, I have the mind of a goldfish because there's just so
Busy
much
man.
going on. Oh, Kevin Jenserowski's creep footage, part 3, Night Nurse.
Ooh.
I got to see some of the behind the scenes work that he's doing on that. This thing is going to be amazeballs.
Nice.
Another excellent production. It's so eerie. It's so creepy. So if you don't follow Kevin Jenserowski on Facebook, go on over there. Check out what he's got going on because he's also been dropping images and all kinds of cool stuff for this. So, and it looks like that's going to be coming out in June, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the back-to-back double feature that I'm doing, one with Red Moon Entertainment and Legionnaire Films called A Hollow Throne.
Nice.
So basically, this thing is going to take you into the pits of the abyss.
You'll feel at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I kind of serve as the consigliere to the devil.
Oh, there you go. I mean, see, typecasting. Undead fellow can't get a break, but it works,
But
like
you
play
know
a
what,
corpse.
though? I mean, surprisingly, I haven't done a demonic character like this other than Grind.
Right.
Because in Grind, I'm just a big old monster. So this one, I'm actually a speaking demon. So
We'll see the Grind. You're more a fuck around and find out.
pretty much, I'm just ripping ass through fucking hallways and trying to kill the survivors.
As one would.
Of this
come on.
independent film festival.
See, exactly. I mean, what's a demon monster supposed to do nowadays? It's like
Right. It's hard to
Come
get a
on.
gig.
possession is not cheap. They try to tell you, but it's not.
Right.
Right? You see that the little contract. See, the demon, he gets it. About the little itty bitty part that they don't show you about when you're signing your soul away. I'm sorry. Past life for goodness. I'm over.
What's up, Dustin? Good to see you, brother.
Turkey man.
In the house. Congratulations to you, sir, for your upcoming film as well. Just make sure you drop the name of it in the comment section so everybody can see it. Hell yeah. And then the other one is SWAT, Athena's Protocol, which is actually a production by the talent agency. My talent agent, his production company is doing this one because he's also a script writer.
Nice.
I'm going to be playing a badass SWAT sergeant. So that'll be very different for me.
But you can see, but yeah, that's a thing though. You're a chameleon.
I kind of feel that way after all the different hats that I've worn. Because I mean, I just finished filming right before Christmas, Death Bike, which we've been waiting on this fucking thing for 2 years. 2 years, people. And we finally got the last scene shot. And of course, it's yours truly as a badass Texan sheriff. I am also doubling as comic relief, so you will enjoy all the funny hilarious shit that comes out of my mouth.
See? Typecasting.
Exactly. Tyler, it's a party, man. What's going on? Welcome back to the fold. Welcome home.
We've been expecting you.
Exactly right. But at any rate, one of the films that we were going to talk about this evening, we're going to talk a little bit about is Jay Horton's new film, A Hard Place, starring two of my favorite legends in the biz, actresses, Lynn Lowry and Felissa Rose.
Wow. Icon. Okay. Yeah.
Just icon. I mean, both of them in one film.
Dead man is blushing. Give me a minute.
Right.
Give me a minute.
Suddenly our white is turning red.
But
I mean,
amazing.
Just a great fucking story. You got these 6 criminals and they're trying to hide out from the law and they end up in the wrong part of the forest with the wrong fucking family. And they're hiding a deep, dark secret, and it's gonna scare the hell out of you. I mean, the whole cast is amazing. Just to reiterate, next week, Jay Horton will be here. Sorry about that. He had another prior engagement that he could not get out of. So he will definitely, yes, he will definitely be back. Yes. But man, I just can't say enough good things about it. The cast, the crew is first rate. Jay Horton's vision is amazeballs. So we're going to give you all out there in the Black Flame universe a first look. Check it out.
And the best part is that no one gets hurt.
We need to find somewhere to lay low. Somewhere off the grid.
Let's go. I don't want to get mixed up in whatever state we're in, Chainsaw Massacre.
What the hell?
Nobody wander off alone.
Xenia!
They're coming for us. Y'all want to get out of here?
Six criminals on the run.
What are you?
Looks like you found yourself caught smack dab right in the middle of an old-fashioned feud.
Trapped between the creatures that roam the night and the monsters that rule the day.
Where are you gonna go? Where?
You ripped them limb from limb!
A Hard Place. Coming soon to a theater or drive-in near you.
Oh man, I just get the goosebumps in all the right places. Makes my liver quiver. Unholy fuck, that looks good. You know, the art of the creature feature, man, it is not dead, people. It is not dead. In fact, it's undead. It's that good. So you got all these creatures. It doesn't matter if it's daytime, nighttime. They're coming for your ass. So if you are not following A Hard Place, they have a what do they call it? Open group on Facebook. Go to A Hard Place Behind the Screams. Get in there so you can be up to date on all of the upcoming release dates and things like that, because I know they're doing a lot of showings at the moment. And if I remember correctly, I think this one is actually going to get a limited theater run. Now, Jay Horton will be here next week to tell us about that so that we can all be up on that info. But definitely check this movie out, A Hard Place. Seeing Felissa in that role, it's just, I don't know, so perfect for her.
She's talented from
She can
like
be
literally,
creepy as fuck,
she's
man.
just pure talent. She
Oh,
has
yeah.
been since she was a kid, and has just gotten better, and is an amazing person to go along with it. You can
Oh,
attest to that.
that's one of the best humans I know.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's like, but she's so able to pull off these evil characters with a sadistic grin on her face, and she's as
Mhm.
sweet as a puppy dog. You know,
Yeah,
it just shows the
that's the
level of
unique
her
thing.
ability. You know,
Exactly. She's
yeah,
another chameleon. She
yep,
literally can step into any role
yep,
and draw you into her world, no matter
yep,
what it is she's doing.
100%.
Hey, Emery, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Woo! Can't say enough. Definitely go check this out. It is that good. Shoot, I mean, just being on set with her for Down the Long River, the spaghetti western that we shot last September. Seeing her in that role, she's the leader of a fucking cowboy gang. She really truly can do it all.
Yep.
Just a great method actress all the way around.
Without actually being crazy. You
Right.
got those method people that go a little too far sometimes. And it's like, but she,
Like you
that's what I'm
actually
saying.
become them. Yes.
Well, that's what she does, but she's able to put that character down at the end of the shooting.
Exactly. It's a
You
light
know,
switch.
yeah, exactly. She can just turn it on and turn it off. But that really shows the depth too, like a talent that's just natural ability.
And there's so many of them.
Oh yeah,
Sammy Morningstar
yep.
is a prime example. Lisa Bastula.
Yourself,
Mary Kate. Who?
yourself.
Oh,
No, you do. You play the parts very real. Like I said, you're a chameleon. Everything I've seen you in, you change your face every time. You're somebody else.
absolutely. I think there's a little element of Reaper in every
Of course.
role that I do.
Oh,
It's
of course.
only people that are looking deep would notice, I think.
Well, no, yeah, no. It's like when you play a part, you play that part. You are that character, and that's the same thing as Felissa and everybody that I've worked with so far. That I've gotten the pleasure to work with just blows me away on just turn it on.
So
Just
many
turn it
good
on and go.
actresses out there. Joe Rosing is another one.
Yep.
Hunter Redfern. Shoot, there's so many to mention, and I mean a lot of familiar
Yeah.
faces.
Well, that's what's the same. It's like for you is it's like all the different things that you've gotten to doing or shooting now or gonna shoot. Like you said, it's like you've got literally you've got veterans icons of the genres in some, and then you also got the up and coming new stars of the indie films
And that's what I'm really excited about, because it just seems like with every new project that comes out, these veteran indie actors are constantly up in their game.
oh yeah, well they get to have fun. I think that's part of what it is.
Oh,
It's
big
like,
time. Big time.
it's not to where you're sitting there with the studio exec going, oh, I'm going to tell you how to act even though I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
And you wouldn't do that with somebody like that. You're not going to take somebody with Felissa's talent and sit there and go, oh, I need to instruct this woman how to act and do this part. Are you insane?
Oh, I mean,
That's how you get chopped off with her holding your head.
Yeah.
You don't mess with her like that.
No,
Okay?
no. I mean, they still, I mean, even on the set of the Down Long River, they told her, hey, we're going to be doing this here, we're going to be doing it there, and then boom, just let her do her lines the way she does them.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it was perfect.
You hired her for a reason.
Well, sure.
It's not, and that's the thing.
I mean, she's got a very proven track record.
well, that's what I was going to say. But it's also because of her, and a lot of others as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But she cares about the part.
Exactly.
It's not a diva aspect. It's not an ego aspect. It is a true
not at all.
entertainer changing into this character to tell you a story. You know, and I love that. It's like every point of a true filmmaker or actor or FX or CGI or music or anything, your job is to help tell this story that has been written and agreed to be made.
Right.
And the level of investment, I think, is what differs sometimes between the big studio films and the indie films. The indie films feel more, you're more invested into it. You're in the trenches. The same as Trauma, you know what I mean? It's like you learn from the ground up. You hit the ground running.
And I was going to say, I mean, just working with some of these legends in horror, you learn a ton from them. A fuck ton. Anything from, you know, just like doing some scene work together, sitting down before we shoot. You know, you pick up that rhythm, and they're able to pretty much attach to whoever's in the scene with them. It's like you have to bring your A game.
Right.
On your
Yeah,
toes.
exactly. It kind of forces you to step up, even though it's like you came prepared and ready to rock and roll. It's like, oh shit.
Right.
Okay. 150%. Here we go. Come on.
And I think it also helps when you know, you end up doing a film where, you know, you're a supporting actor or actress, and there is no, you know, legends there.
Right.
You know, it's like your time to shine. So working with them, I think, kills the nerves and gives you like more fuel when you're working on a set, like, you know, like you did.
Oh, and I agree.
With Beware the Devil's Wrath, and definitely Death Bike. And I was in there with some veteran actors from Austin, Texas. So shit, I learned a lot from them too.
Well, that's the thing, is it's also too with the veterans, and I guarantee it, especially with as many icons that you've interviewed yourself on the underground here, will tell you they're always learning new things.
Have to.
When you think you know everything, you don't, and it makes them better. They do some of their best work later on because you're getting to they're not typecast in a certain set role.
Nope.
You're letting them have fun. You're letting them play around. You know, and it's like the great Sid Haig. Look at what he did. Every single film that man was in, he made better. Every scene he was in, he owned the scene without stealing the scene. I don't believe he stole scenes. I think he did his part. He was just really good at it.
Honestly,
you know?
I think it's his presence.
That exactly.
His animated self is what sells his part. It could be the smallest part in the film. Case in point, Hatchet Part 3. He was the one family member to
have his ashes,
right, to get the ashes, and the whole time he's having a pissing contest. With this young sheriff, and I swear it's one of the most memorable scenes.
It was absolutely hilarious, but it couldn't have been done with anybody without Sid. Sid was the person to be in that scene. Exactly. It's like, it's people like that. It's like when you watch a film with them in it and you go, nope, I couldn't have cast it any better if I had the money and the connections, and that was perfect. And Sid he's always a master at that.
Absolutely.
You know,
and it's one of those things, you know, an actor or actress can make a small bit part one of the most memorable parts of any film or television series by what they bring to it. And I can't tell you how many directors have said that to me, that most independent directors, for everybody out there in Black Flame Land, are typically the ones that write, you know, the script for these films. So, you know, that's what they want. They say, don't treat it like it's, I'm just a, you know, small bit part here. They want you to bring it just as hard as the lead actors, actresses, or supporting cast. So do that, because that is going to lead you to more projects.
Well, that was like it was a very good point too. For Beware the Devil's Wrath is being Pastor Brown. I am a supporting character, but I'm also the supporting aspect to this character's past, spiritual relationships and things like that, and upbringing and things like that. I'm a bridging point, but I'm not as critical as his story, because his story is a story and things like that. And that's why I loved it. It's hard for me, it's like to say it without saying anything, but it's like, that's what I enjoyed about that part too so much, is just was watching all these people that already knew what they were doing. They already knew their characters. They already got their vibe, and then they got together and things felt real. It's like instant connections with a lot of the cast that I worked with, where we're supposed to be concerned or something. Yeah, it was amazing to be just in that moment and feel like I'm Pastor Brown for real. And it's like it pulled old Mortimer right into it, and I love that. And that's good storytelling. It's good storytelling, pulls you right into the character. And as like I said, it's like through Craig giving me the ability to just give my own little taste to him without changing him or anything, really gave such a freedom and a realness to the character. And I think smart directors, like I said, a lot that we've all dealt with here recently, luckily enough for us, see that. And it's like, oh yeah, no, you don't got to say what I wrote verbatim. Okay. Get apart A point B the way you feel you should, the way the character would. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a much better scene.
Absolutely,
because they feel real. And it's like it's more real, because if people are sitting there going, oh, look, there's a monster. Or you react, oh, Jesus, fuck, there's a monster. You run, take off, crap yourself, do what any good person would do,
Oh,
or
absolutely.
be the guy that goes rushing towards it. If you're Kane Hodder, you can fight the monster because you're Kane Hodder. Okay.
Well, yeah.
He gets that pass. There's some people that can do
Kane
that.
Hodder is the Chuck Norris of the horror world. So of course he can. Nothing can stop him.
I agree with that. Kane Hodder for president.
Oh my goodness. Everybody out in the comment section, you guys have been so awesome. Emery says he's going to be gathering equipment to make his own horror series soon. Ooh, you better keep us up to date there, sir. We love to know what everybody is up to. And one of the best, easiest ways you can do that is by going on to IMDb and checking out all of our pages on there. You can stay up to date. It also helps every actor, actress, director, writer, producer rating number every time that you click on it. So definitely be doing that, because it helps everybody out and you can stay up to date. And you don't have to have IMDb Pro in order to look on there. So just check it out. Kyler says, See, Heart, Eyes, and Thanksgiving are probably the only slashers. Oh, I see what he's saying. The only slashers in recent years I've been invested in. I absolutely agree with that. That's because, number one, Eli Roth kicks ass. I mean, there really hasn't been a film that he's done that I haven't liked. I'd like to see it. I thought it had potential franchise vibes myself.
Oh yeah, totally. It was like, to me, it was like a better version of the Valentine movie. Not My Bloody Valentine, of course. I love that film. But where the Cupid mask killer. And it kind of had that vibe, but better, because it's Eli Roth. And he'll go there with kills and things you didn't expect to happen and all that kind of stuff. And he'll go for that, Well, that's what he learned from Lloyd. He will go. So you're going to get a film that's way more, holy crap, because that's Eli Roth, man.
What was one of those? The one you just mentioned, as a matter of fact, My Bloody Valentine could have been a franchise.
Oh yeah, no,
The
to me it
remake
should
set
have.
it up for one.
Yeah, well, see, that's actually
my
the one. I guess I know they say remake, but it was more of a second film because they didn't mess with the first one. All the events of the first film happened. They just kind of changed the time and the age, so it wasn't in the 70s and stuff anymore. And then you end up with somebody else's.
Well, who doesn't like that 70s flavor?
Oh no! Well, you see that's why it's one of my favorites. Oh, you're going to film the movie in a real mine, so the actors didn't have to. It's like with Romero, in certain situations where they were filming, you don't have to get into character. Same as Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because you're in character. You are in the setting. You're going to feel now. It's like you're going to feel it, and that was definitely a lot of those kind of things where you're just in there. It's like we're just here in the moment.
That's the thing. I mean, that really is the thing about Romero. His creativity and story writing is endless.
Oh yeah, but
which is
also,
why
it's realistic. You can understand it. You can.
All the zombie
relate.
movies have had such a super long run because that's why he's the master. I still don't think anyone's been able to touch him.
No. And even if somebody got close to it, they didn't keep it up as long as he did.
Sure as hell didn't.
But it's also too, we wouldn't have the first Creep Show if it wasn't for him.
Oh,
him and Stephen King, we wouldn't have had Creep Show and Meteors yet. We wouldn't have any of that good stuff, and it's like so many things that he gave us, but you're like you said, it was his ability to convey so many things. Exactly. It's my birthday, Bedelia.
Yeah.
I want my cake.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And seeing you don't got to worry either, because I can hold my breath for a long time.
Hells yeah.
The great Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, yes.
But it's like that,
Dustin says, I enjoyed Abigail this year. Horror comedy I recently watched was The Blackening. Interesting. I think I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. So since you said it was pretty good, I think I'll have to check it out. He says it was very funny and did a nice job with the horror. Sweet. He goes on to say, original My Bloody Valentine is a good one. Good old Canadian horror. Canadian horror is very good. Not only just like film, but TV shows too. They were responsible for some of the best ones that I've seen on Netflix.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they got short runs because Netflix has kind of a an ADD problem, and they're like, oh, this is great, and let's do something else.
Yeah, they did that with Lilyhammer. Their first
Lilyhammer was brilliant.
I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Fuck? It was perfect. The Sopranos was done. The fans felt like they wanted more, and Lilyhammer delivered.
Exactly, without ripping off the Sopranos at all.
Exactly.
Not really, not at all. Like it's like he was a completely different character than he was in Sopranos, and putting him over in this setting of Norway just was amazing. And all the Norwegian actors were amazing too.
Oh, it was
great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, as far as like comedy horror, I mean, I know it didn't come out last year, obviously, but Deathgasm is probably between that one and Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Those two films are some of the funniest tongue-in-cheek comedy horror with like little bits of B flavor in there,
right?
That I think were some of the best to ever come out in the last 10 years. And the cool part is I do believe, and this is why I brought this up, Deathgasm 2 is possibly this year. Ooh. That's right. Our favorite little black metal head, will be fighting the forces of, Satan and his various minions once again, which I think will be fucking unreal. Hey, what's going on? Human the Hoof Beast in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. He says, hi, guys. Tyler, Lizzie. We miss you too, brother. You anytime. You just come right on. Anytime. You don't need no invitation. Again, just to reiterate for those that are coming in late, originally Jay Horton, the great director of A Hard Place, was going to be with us tonight, but unfortunately had a prior engagement and will be back next week. So that is why Brother Mortimer and I have been entertaining you with our, different horrorisms, I guess. Whatever you want to call it.
Like that.
I like that too. Little fucking Groucho for you. That was one of my favorite lines in The Devil's Rejects. Fuck Groucho. Oh, you gotta love
William Forsythe.
Yeah,
right. Say one derogatory word about Elvis Aaron Presley, I swear to God, I'll come over and kick the dog shit out of you.
Right.
Yeah, amazing actor.
Emery says Deathgasm is one of his all-time favorites. That's because it fucking rocks. But another one that I think was just pulled out the stops right before the new year, and fans are divided on this one. It's still in the theater, and I'm still gonna try to get to watch it on the big screen, and that is the revamped remake of all remakes of Nosferatu. I've heard so much
yeah,
about this film. Some people say it was boring as fuck, it was a snooze fest, it was terrible, blah 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 blah. And then there's others that say, oh, the imagery and the creepiness and the I mean, this film's been remade a few times.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Especially the one that came out with Klaus Kinski. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to take this new version, okay, and put it up against the Klaus Kinski version, I mean, they're miles apart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are just miles apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were trying to stick a whole hell of a lot more closely to the original. But honestly, Count Orlok hasn't looked more creepy, scarier,
I give them credit on trying to go with a different design. So you can't, because you're not going to beat the original design that he had back then, because the imagery is burned. It's burned. Him burning in the sun is burned into people's imagery, and him coming up the stairs, and it's inspired. I mean, Salem's Lot,
yes.
It's like,
they don't fuck that up.
Yeah, well.
A couple of times, actually.
True.
That's great to hear.
But still, the basis
of Nile tomorrow.
But
awesome.
The basis, definitely inspired through. So I give them credit for at least trying to go somewhere different with the character, and
for
not
sure.
just do the same exact shot for shot remake of the original. Because I still don't think it would work. It'll look cleaner because the technology, but you're going to miss that. It's just the way that old celluloid worked, and the way that they worked those films that you miss that. It's really hard to try to duplicate that. And some people can do it without, trying to make a silent film. But it's not easy.
It's hard to capture that eeriness that the
exactly. Yeah, the foreboding, like you're in the moors of Scott, on the moors, and the fog is coming up and the moon is rising. It's like you get that impending doom just by the Gothic architecture and the shadows and stuff. Frankenstein, all the original old you know,
Oh man,
Universal
anytime that,
Monsters, you know,
yeah,
it
anytime that
dripped,
you're able to kind of,
you know, the essence of the world that you
Mhm.
were in. You could smell the earth and track, you know, and Dracula's castle, you know. It's like that's why that impacted in people's brains so long too. It just sears it in there. But it's a way to do it. If you can pull it off in a film, that's the way to, I mean, you'll pull your audience right in there with you.
absolutely. And I forget the guy's name. I mean, he's literally in everything. He played Pennywise in the new
Bill
It.
Skarsgård.
Yes, Bill Skarsgård. I don't think they could have ever have picked a better guy to play the role.
I think that
The
they
overall look, it's
well, no, I
it's
agree
his
with that
head.
too. But well, they picked the guy that was talented enough to handle the part, was used to acting in prosthetics, and to alter his look as
Well,
for
sure,
being
you
both
have to.
films.
You
Yeah,
have
for well, for you know, the both films as Pennywise, he went through a lot of makeup hours, I guarantee you that. But he learned
Sure.
to act with it, work with the
Mhm.
makeup, make his own faces behind it to make it creepier. And it's the same kind of thing. You're getting a chance to take one of, if not one of the most iconic vampires that has ever been shown on film. And
Basically started
yeah,
it all.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, did. It truly did,
Mhm.
honestly. But for film, right? Because you've got the novel of
Right.
You know, Bram Stoker's Dracula, but you didn't. Orlok isn't exactly that.
Mhm.
He's something different. They didn't exactly do. Oh, that's Dracula. It's not Dracula. You know, and that was the thing because it's like Dracula as a character has been portrayed in so many films and different mediums throughout the years. There's thousands of Draculas, you know what I mean, comparative to, like you said, Klaus Kinski, and it's like a couple others, Doug Jones, a couple people that have done
Yep.
that character, and that's it. Because either,
Loosely
well,
based on. I love that, Lizzie.
well, yeah, yeah.
Have a good night, Hubert Hoofbeast. Good to see you doing well. And you know, there are some newer films that are to be coming out this year. I don't exactly know how I feel about a few of them. In some cases, I feel like they're beating a dead horse. Not really. But still, I mean, beating a dead horse as far as the Conjuring series, they're having another installment called The Last Rites. I honestly cannot say that I'm excited about it. I can honestly say that I will give it a shot.
The
And
main
that's
thing
about
for
it.
that series for me that got me was I liked when they introduced the Crooked Man, and he was supposed to get his own film,
And
and then
didn't.
they didn't do it. And it's like he was one of the creepiest things out of all of them because you took care of all the other ghosts and all the other creatures. And it's
Mhm.
like, but he was the one that's like, that doesn't look human. If it was human at some point, it damn sure isn't anymore.
Right.
And it's like they had a real opportunity there, and I think they just dropped the ball with it and then just started this cash cow franchise it.
Exactly. They were capitalizing on the stuff that fans were constantly saying, "Oh, that was such the best, character, the
Mhm.
best whatever." Sometimes you got to not listen to the fans and give them something new to chew on.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the same thing that got me with the Paranormal Activity movies.
Mm.
Because it was like the first couple, I get it. Great concept. I thought that was a brilliant concept to do.
Mhm.
And then you beat a dead horse, dug it back
Right?
up, resurrected it, beat it again, and then dug it down, drug it back up again.
Right?
And at the point, there
Seriously.
ain't no more horse no more.
Well, I honestly am kind of excited about 28 years later.
Yes, I am too. Because I had heard that that was supposed to be the director's plan, like for a long time, was to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
through stretched out stuff,
Really?
and I like that. I think that's an interesting. That's a long
Yeah.
play to tell the story, and not just throw them out. Because unless, like, okay, like Terrifier is a good one, good example
Mm-hmm.
for how to not destroy it. Because
Yeah. How
David
to
already
not
had
destroy your
he already knew how to
franchise.
not do it. No, exactly. No, I'm serious.
I love
Because
it.
he already knew as a director the things that he wanted to do with this character in this films. He
He also knew
has
that he had something original on his
exactly.
hands.
Exactly. He is
Had to
way
have.
ahead of everybody on it. So where you think that art could end up in freaking space. Okay, on a space station. You have no idea. I'm not
Oh,
saying he's going to, but granted,
could you
he
see
had that.
art as a gondola?
Literally, it's like, but the way that he
It
has
could be
in his
anywhere.
mind that character, he's already planned out things that people have no idea about. I assure you.
Yeah.
And when you got somebody as good as David Howard Thornton to literally play the character, you can do pretty much whatever you want,
Right. Exactly.
because you've got another chameleon there that just becomes his character. Sweetest person you'd ever believe, and it's like, but when he puts on that makeup and he becomes Art the Clown,
Mhm.
he's not playing anymore.
Exactly. Now there's quite a few other ones coming out too, but we don't have that as much time. But just a couple other ones that I'm actually really curious about is they're trying to take another beloved Disney character and taking it to the nth degree in Bambi, The Reckoning. I know this one even slipped past my radar. But it just so happens to be on the list. And another one, this one I'm actually, they don't really have it announced yet, so that's not for sure. But one that is for sure, this is one of my favorite, let me say that again, favorite directors of modern horror. His vision is second to none. All I have to do is say his name, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. Guillermo del Toro is giving us his version of Frankenstein. Could you imagine just knowing? I mean, his eye for detail.
I think if it's the
cinematography
project,
alone.
if it's still the way that it was going, I think I know who the creature is.
Oh, for real?
Javier Bardem.
Oh, wow.
I think is going to play the creature for him in that.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that's what I think it initially was. I don't know if it has changed over time as the project went along, but I do believe that was his main intention, and I think he can go nuts with it.
I agree, Dustin. He says Del Toro can do no wrong. That film is going to be magnificent.
Because he cares, though, too. He genuinely cares about the stories he's telling.
And he gets it.
He gets it, exactly. He
totally gets it.
But he's also shown that you don't need to understand the language that's on screen to get across the point of the story or the fear.
Oh, well, no, of course not.
And that's the thing is, it's like he can scare you in any language he needs to. That's a true talent, sure. I assure you, from one dead man to another.
So the only other ones that I'm going to mention, because there's quite a bit here, and some of them are going to be like really good part twos to some films that we enjoyed from last year.
Nice.
Which is cool. And we were just talking about Thanksgiving. Well, they don't have a set date yet, but we are going to get a Thanksgiving part 2.
Nice. Carve it up.
But the last one that I'm really excited about, and this one unfortunately doesn't have, the cast hasn't been announced yet. Not sure why. Sometimes they hold that up just because if they're holding out for somebody to take it. They're going to be doing I just had it. Where'd you go? Return of the Living Dead remake.
I saw that. I have concerns.
I have concerns as well. I kind of feel like this is one of those controversial ones.
I
because
agree. Very
That
much
first
so.
one delivered so well.
Is Linnea going to
Iconic.
be? Is Linnea Quigley going to be in it?
I'm almost positive to the nines that she will do this one.
I hope so. If she does it, I'll watch it.
And of course,
Plain and
they're
simple.
going to have, the token zombie, that comes out of the can. He's got to be there.
Oh, Tarman. Oh,
Tarman. Yeah, got to be there.
beautiful, beautiful boy that he is. He loved Tarman.
Have you seen his NECA figures? They're so good. I'm
Dripping
jealous.
with
I want
goo.
one. Right.
Just the way we want him.
All
Yes,
righty.
amazing.
So let's go ahead and tell all of you out there in the Black Flame universe what's coming up this week. So coming tomorrow night, myself and my other co-pilot, the Great Defiler, will be bringing you the first edition of Tracks of the Dam tomorrow. We're kind of looking at two different ideas for the show. We haven't settled on which one yet, but guaranteed it's going to be badass. As we are also going to be kind of looking at some anticipated metal releases this year from some of our favorites. And we also could possibly go through groundbreaking albums that have been released in January throughout the last 50 years of metal. So that's possible too. So either way, join us tomorrow night for that at 8:00. And then coming this Friday, the two undead twins here will be joining you Friday evening to kick off your weekend in epic fashion as the horror barbecue comes back. And guaranteed we're going to be talking about some really good, juicy things. As a matter of fact, we might talk about a little bit more of some of the rest of this list as you've gotten a little preview here tonight, but there's so much more to talk about. So definitely stay peeled to Reapers Underground, Aaron Markham on Facebook. Check our pages as we will be giving you all the details. And then Saturday night, are you ready to sin? I know I am. The goddamn program will be back. Everything from bleached booty holes to phalluses that make decoration and every other crazy fucking thing that you can imagine. We'll be discussing with some. Oh, I've got so many videos for y'all. And I know you have missed all this time, the great wisdom from Skeletor. We got a whole bunch of new ones for you and some really cool games for you to play as well along with us. So if you're ready to sin, bring your favorite beverage of choice. I don't care if you're smoking. I don't give a shit. It's time to sin. So let's sin together in epic fashion. So all week long, season premieres of every show that you have come to love. So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. This has been a blast. I haven't been able to do this on the underground in a long time. And who better than my brother Mortimer to hang out and kind of go over some stuff. And I'm glad we were able to give you a really nice sneak peek of A Hard Place. Remember, Jay Horton, director, next week. He will be back. But on the underground, I'm going to have a lot of new guests on that you're just going to love. So definitely stay tuned for more Reapers Underground. And as you're getting ready to lay it down, you're wearing your finest horror PJs and, the ones with the little footies. And you're thinking about the twins of the undead. Just remember to stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.